Yabba Dabba Doo is right because
do it right.
It's Friday!
Woohoo!
Oh, yeah. Not
And
only is it Friday.
It's the eve of St. Patrick.
Yes. And I see you're wearing your green.
Yeah, of course.
And you're Irish, of course.
I am. Yeah. McCarthy.
Yes.
I'm a mixture of a melting pot.
You are.
Yes.
Okay.
So.
Do tell.
I'm Polish, Irish, German, Welsh.
Wow. Okay.
You know, they have those new DNA things out now.
Did you do it?
No.
Oh, you should do it.
No, I didn't do it that. Did you?
Yeah, of course.
And you found out you were 10% Italian?
No, actually, I'm about 44%.
And what's the rest?
43% Greek.
Nairobi?
Greek.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, which makes sense because most of my family hails from Sicily.
Okay.
And Sicily was governed by Greece.
Okay.
So, yeah, it makes sense. Archimedes, the famous Greek mathematician, you've heard of Archimedes if you took math in school.
Right.
Right. He was from Siracusa, which is Sicily. It's a city in Sicily.
Okay.
But
it's just a little suburb.
But the time period when he was born, Sicily was part of Greece. So even though he was Sicilian, they say Archimedes was a Greek mathematician.
Oh, okay.
But he was kind of, sort of, but he spoke Italian and probably Greek or Sicilian anyways. Yeah.
It's like if you grew up in New York, you talk New Yorkese.
Yeah,
and if you grew up in Pittsburgh, you talk Pittsburghese.
Right.
You know, and if you're out in the Midwest, who knows what they're saying?
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Or there's certain places like you go to the Carolinas, you go up in the hills. If they don't want you to know what they're saying, you will never know. And they're talking English.
Yeah.
And that's the way it was in Yeehaw when I moved up there.
I think the folks that in Louisiana are like that too.
Yes. They have that Creole language. Yeah. Yeehaw, the people that grew up there and lived there, they sort of have their own language, and they sort of talk through their nose and nasally and say certain things.
Yeah.
Until you're there for a while, you have no clue what they're saying.
Well, speaking of, you mentioned New York having its own language. Guess who, I was checking Big Shot birthdays.
Oh, okay.
Right? And on this day in history, on this date, I'm going to play a song from a famous TV show. And can you hear it? You don't have anything going on? Does that work better?
Yeah, you turned it on.
Yeah, all right.
Wow.
Okay.
I thought it was just...
No. All right. So here you go. I'm going to play this song from a famous TV show.
Okay.
And you tell me if you recognize it. This is the show's theme song. Yeah, she's shaking her head. She has no idea. All right. So our listeners in the car or at home, some of you probably know. Very popular TV show. California Highway Patrol, Chips.
I never watched that
show. Wow. Anyways,
never turned it on. Never. It's Chips, right?
Chips. Eric Estrada.
Right. Oh, he was hot back then.
Well,
I mean, I know that, but I never watched the show to know the song.
Eric Estrada, today is his birthday.
Oh, and how old is he?
He was born in 1949 on this date.
So he's not that much older than us.
Yeah, just a little bit,
Yeah, he's in his late 60s.
Yep. How about that?
There you go.
Yeah. Very cool. So anyway, so happy birthday, Eric Estrada, and a little bit of Chips theme music for you. So that was kind of fun.
So I just came from St. Monica's.
Yes, so we want to tell our listeners about that. Yes.
And it goes on till 7.
Right.
So, but
wait, there's more.
Yes. Miss Eula Clark gave me a little flyer. Palm Sunday, Hosanna to the King of Kings. It's a community prayer walk. It starts at 4 p.m. at St. Monica's.
Right.
And the stations consist of prayers and meditations on the final event that occurred as Christ made his way to his crucifixion.
Right.
Since the stations recall Jesus' final journey to his death, it is important to commemorate that journey by walking from station to station. So what they're going to do is walk from St. Monica's to St. Mary's on East Ocean.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So it's going to take a while to walk there.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's from 4 to 6 p.m.
Right.
If you want more information, you can contact Reverend Christian Anderson at St. Mary's.
Right.
Or Reverend Donna Hall. And I don't know if this is Eula's number or St. Monica's, but it's 772-263-3886.
I have been talking to Father Anderson from St. Mary's.
Uh-huh.
And what a delightful... He is a friend of John Campion from European Kitchen and Bath.
Okay.
And I guess John is active in the church with Father
sure
Anderson.
He is.
Yeah. And so I had an opportunity to visit with him by phone. Just a delightful person.
Right.
Yeah.
And last weekend, I went in Jensen to All Saints because they had the big barbecue and a car show out front. And the barbecue was like $6.
Yeah.
It was amazing, the food that they had.
Right.
I'm sure the ladies of the church made it, or the gentlemen of the church made it.
Right.
And that it was, and the desserts, unbelievable.
Yes. Yes. And so,
all good.
Right, absolutely. So here it is. It's still Lent. And so if you want to give up meat on Fridays, today is a great opportunity.
Yes.
You can go to St. Monica's, get a lovely fish dinner.
And all the ladies make the sides.
Right.
There's hush puppies come with it.
Yeah.
You can have tilapia or grouper.
Right.
Lemon pepper, naked or original, and then spicy.
Yeah.
And then you get rice and beans like you get, and green beans.
Right.
And then the best mac and cheese, Bahamian mac and cheese that you can
get.
And
I wish I could do that.
Collard greens.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
And then you get coleslaw.
Right.
You get, or a potato salad.
Right.
And then dessert. And a drink for $10.
And the dessert's either homemade cookies or it's...
it could be a brownie, it could be a cupcake, it could be whatever the heart desires on that month.
Yeah, brownies are always my delight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you didn't get that today. I switched out to a cookie.
All right, that's all right.
I said, he gets brownies all the time, so I didn't know. So
that's all right. It's fine. It's all good.
It is all good.
I appreciate whatever you do. I genuinely mean that, too. So, no, it's good.
So,
yes.
You had a good week?
I did. Had a really interesting customer. You know, I put my specialty varnish. I've been working with Google to try to improve my presence on the internet, you know, and because people weren't going to my web page that much for my specialty varnish.
And that's hard to get.
Yeah.
And it's hard for you to get it in.
Yeah. But I have some, and so I got product to sell, and I want to see if I can. I know the people out there are interested, so how do I make that connection?
Right.
So I've been working with Google on that, and now the phone's starting to ring, and I even had a customer call me from Sweden.
You're kidding.
No. And,
wow.
Yeah, in fact, I was communicating with him today before airtime, and he's it's $100 worth of product to get everything, to get the varnish and the catalyst, because it's a 2-component product, and then you have to get the reducing thinner because it's generally applied by spray application, so you have to thin it to spray it. Anyways, so you're looking at 3 products. It's about $100. Not bad, really. Okay.
But when you ship it overseas,
$350.
Wow.
Yeah. So
was he willing to do that?
No.
I didn't.
No.
And he can't find it over there.
No, it can't. You know, they probably have lacquers or conversion varnishes or something that's. But he's a guitar maker, And he wants to make the same guitars like Fender made back in the day.
Right.
And Fender used our varnish.
Oh.
So that is the protocol.
Well,
so,
if that's the way it is, then he's going to have to bite the bullet.
Right.
At least for 1 gallon to see what happens.
Right. And but what I used to have customers, I had a lot of customers many years ago that were in the Army and they were stationed in Germany. And you can just put that in a box and take it to the post office, and they would accept it because it was APOE was the military address, and you just say which base it goes to, and off it goes, and everybody's happy, and it's very nice. But
he's not in the Army.
He's not in the Army, and I don't think we have a military base in Sweden, anyways.
And he's not enlisted, so he couldn't get it.
No, he's not an American citizen. So I told him, I says, so here's a couple plan Bs. I got to tell you, the most creative people in the world are Italians. And I'll tell you why. All right, I'm going to tell you why. So I got a phone call a couple years back from a guy from Rome, Italy. And he had to call me through a translator because he didn't speak English, but spoke Italian perfectly well. So he calls Miami. They had a translator in Miami, so Miami connected the call to me here in Stuart. And the guy says to me, he says, well, I want you to pack up an order of varnish and send it to an address in Miami. I've got a friend of mine who's flying from Miami to Rome, and he's going to take it as carry-on. Well, not carry-on, but it'll take his cargo. It goes down with the luggage.
Because varnish is flammable.
Right, but it's packaged up properly. They will accept it as cargo.
Okay, so that's what happened?
Yeah. And
it was $100.
Yeah, whatever it is just is cheap. And he had and he had it air shipped too, So the longest period of time it took was for me to send it from Stuart to Miami. So that's
you could have drove it in 2 hours.
Well, but I shipped it UPS.
Right.
So it went from Stuart to Miami, and then the guy received it in Miami. And
the guy in Sweden is not going to.
I offered that as an alternative. I says, so you can find somebody that's flying to Sweden from Miami or from PBIA or something like that, and I could send it to them, and they can carry it up to you. Or you can plan a trip to Florida, buy it, and carry it home. Anyway, so those are the options. It's really not going to work for him at this time, but he may do it at a future date. So who knows?
And is it the more you buy, the less it is?
No,
or no,
no, not with it's international. After 9/11, anything that's solvent-based or hazardous in any way, it's just not moving.
Oh, okay.
And I even checked with the folks over at, I did a lot of research because it's been years since I've had to do anything international. So I went to the post office, talked to them there, and it's not going to go. It's not going to go to the post office. No. Okay. So I called the folks down in the Palm Beach shipping. What is it?
At the port?
Yeah, the Port of Palm Beach. Yeah. So I called them down at the Port of Palm Beach, and they says, well, if you got a container load of anything, we can carry it. It's not a problem. But a bit better, you want to fill the container.
Right. And for one,
so
it's not going to work.
No. So we're talking if you wanted to buy 1,000, 2,000 gallons,
right,
not a problem. We can do it that way. It would take
He just wanted a gallon.
Right. And that's really sad, And that's the thing that frustrates me as a retailer, right? As a business person.
Right.
Because I've got customers that would
right.
like to purchase my product, but government rules and regulations make it impossible. And I understand you want things to travel safely, but it's just varnish, for God's sakes,
Right.
And it does travel safely when it's properly packaged.
Right.
And I don't have a problem doing the proper packaging. So, but the government, the problem is you got people regulate industries and commodities that know nothing about them.
What they're doing.
Right.
Exactly.
So the easiest thing to do is to say no, and then they don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
And as opposed to kind of rolling up their sleeves, say, okay, how can we make this work so that commerce can continue? You know what I mean?
True.
So that's you would think, but anyways. So it was just kind of interesting. I get a chance to visit with some really neat people by phone.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
So that's all right.
So are you ready for St. Patrick's Day?
Yes. How about you?
I've been all week.
All right, good.
I've had my green on.
Yes.
My buttons on.
All right.
I mean, you only have 1 week to do it. And then after this, it's Easter.
Right. So you got your St.
So we took the wall down.
Right.
I didn't take the St. Patrick's Day until next week. I'll put Easter up.
Yeah.
And then the kids here have to fend for a week with Easter, which I don't think they'll mind.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone minds. It's something different to look at than a plain blue wall with carpet on it.
Right.
So.
Well, yeah, St. Patrick's Day, or the Feast of St. Patrick, is a cultural and religious celebration held on March 17, the traditional date of St. Patrick, the foremost patron saint of Ireland. So that's where that all. If people wonder, and guess the ambassador.
Isn't this the one that where they took the rats out of?
No. Well,
out of Dublin or something like that. Or the snakes, and because everyone was so drunk, they had, mirages of seeing all this stuff. And St. Patrick,
the president of or whoever's the country leader of Ireland, makes it a point every year at this time to come to New York, to come to the United States.
Big St. Patrick's in New York City?
Because
you mean it's bigger than Ireland?
Yes. We do a bigger, better job.
Wow.
Which is great irony.
There's a lot of places, down south.
But everybody's Irish here in the United States is truly the melting pot. So even my Chinese wife wore her green today. Everybody's Irish today.
Everyone's Irish, and they're all nationalities by injection. Yeah. It doesn't matter. So you just have to go along, and whatever holiday it is, just be
right. Okay, and one of the Irish traditions is to pinch anyone who is not wearing green on St. Patrick's Day.
They said orange is allowed also.
Yes. That's there are two different cultural groups within Ireland.
Right.
And
one is orange and one is green.
Correct.
And if you drink enough beer, you'll turn green automatically, or enough Irish whiskey.
The green beer. Now, they say, you notice, you're not a beer drinker, but occasionally I will have a beer. And I know that after I drink a beer, it's not too long, I'm visiting the restroom to recycle that beer.
Right.
Right? Okay.
It's called peon. Right. Just on and on and on.
Right? So... And I would always joke, well, one of the reasons why it goes through so quickly is it doesn't even have to change color,
No.
So, but if you drink green beer, I wonder if the process slows down some.
You should know.
I don't.
After all these years,
I've never tested that theory.
You never had green beer?
Not to the point where I wanted to.
They
test
just
the
put
theory.
food coloring in.
I know it's just a kind of a.
But with all the craft beers out now, you don't know that they may have
just a quirky thought
a green beer.
All right.
So there's a lot of things going on around town. I don't know if we need to take a break first.
Well, we've got 4 minutes, and before we take a break, I thought maybe we'd listen to a little bit of the Irish Rovers.
Oh, okay. 4 minutes worth?
No, you can talk, and we can play them in the background. How's that?
Oh, we could do that.
Right? You remember the Irish Rovers, right?
Oh, of course.
They'd run around free while the earth was being born.
There you go. Go ahead.
There's a crawl around local bars.
The first crawl, huh?
Yep. The first St. Patrick's Day pub crawl across the Crescent Coast is 4 p.m. Saturday to midnight, with buses in Vero Beach, Fort Pierce, Port St. Lucie, and Jensen Beach. So the pub crawl includes the following stops in Vero. It's Shane Ryan's Pub, The Grove, Southern Social, The Kilted Mermaid, and in Fort Pierce, the original Tiki Bar, Cobb's Landing, Sailfish Brewing Company, 2nd Street Bistro, Tipsy Tiki, Archie Seabreeze, Jetty Lounge, Square Grouper, and Manatee Island Bar and Grill. Then you go to Port St. Lucie, and it's Chubby's, and St. Lucie Draft House. In Jensen Beach, it's Mulligan's and the Gin Mill. Mulligan's put on this past Saturday or Sunday. They put on the St. Patrick's Day Parade in downtown Jensen Beach.
Oh, excellent.
They do that every year, and it was a great success. There was lots of people. They had the vendors like they do on Thursday night.
Right.
And it's a
Jam and
busy,
Jensen.
busy time.
Oh, I know it.
It's a busy, busy time. Then you got a party in Vero Beach. The St. Patrick's Day Block Party is Vero Beach is Saturday, and in the combined alleys of Kilted Mermaid, which is on Old Dixie Highway, and Southern Social, which is on 14th Avenue. So they must be like across the street, back to back. And they'll have live Irish music from 2 to 11, corned beef specials for sale, Guinness beer at the Kilted Mermaid, and Jameson whiskey is available at Southern Social.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay,
So-
very good.
We have time?
Well, let's go. Let's
One more?
Yeah, we'll do
Eat-
one more, then we got to go on break.
Okay, eat shrimp, drink beer. Shrimp Fest and Craft Brew Hullabaloo is 3 to 9 Friday, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sunday at the Riverview Park in Sebastian. It's a free event.
All right, excellent.
So we
you
can
know
go
my
up
motto.
there. I know it's free, it's for Frank.
Yeah, if it's free,
Yes.
it's for me. All right.
So you can go up there. Proceeds benefit the Rotary Club of Sebastian and the Exchange Club of Fellsmere.
Okay.
And they'll have a trolley to take you back and forth.
I think that's a good idea.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, we'll add on to our St. Patrick's Day festivities when we get back.
Outstanding. All right, so stay tuned.
Don't forget.
You'll see green alligators. And
Don't forget St. Monica's.
some humpty back camels and some chimpanzees. Some cats and rats and elephants.
All right. Now it's time for today's Southeast AgNet Report, brought to you by Everglades Farm Equipment, a family-owned business for the past 50 years with 10 Florida locations, including Okeechobee, Waxahachie, and Fort Pierce. Stay tuned. Deb and I will be right back.
We're back. You thought we
Yeah.
were gone, but we got another couple minutes to go here. We actually got a long time.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We've been looking for Rio Rick.
Yes.
Is Rio Rick out there? If he please 220-9788.
Yeah.
Call us and let us know that you're alive and well, and if you're in the area at all, and on our. You used to listen to us all the time.
Religiously.
Yes.
Yes.
And be a regular caller.
yes.
So
I know. Yes.
and what dynamics. But we have a lot of people. We have Sport that listen to us. Gerard always listens
Yes.
to us.
Frank Vogel from the
AmVets.
AmVets
And
listens
speaking
to
of
us,
the
yes.
AmVets,
Yes.
you know, they have that breakfast every Sunday morning.
Yes, they do.
And it's till 11 a.m.
Right.
And you can go there for $6. I don't think they've upped the price yet.
No. I haven't heard. Yes, any
But
different.
for
yeah.
$6, you can go to the AmVets. And if you want 12 eggs, you write down 12 eggs. If you want 6 pieces of bacon, or you want French toast, or you want waffles, and they include coffee,
Right. Orange juice.
Right.
Right.
and water.
Right.
And if you want a beverage, the bar is open.
Right.
So you can make a Bloody Mary or a mimosa or whatever drink to your fashion.
Right. Whatever. Yes. Whatever
You know,
floats your boat. Yeah.
you can get a Coke or a Diet Coke or a Sprite or and you can bring the family.
That's true. You don't even have to be a veteran to go to AmVets.
No, but once you're there, you're automatically a veteran.
Really?
Yeah, because you're
part of the family.
Yeah, and they treat you like family.
They do. I felt very welcome, and even though I never had an opportunity to serve, they never made me feel unwelcome at all.
That's
So
true.
That was
yeah,
really,
everybody's warm and
Right,
friendly
right.
there.
Yep.
We also have the Jensen Beach Women's Association. I don't know if anybody knows this, but it's getting to be wedding time.
It is.
And wedding time is coming.
Yeah.
So they have a big party room.
Okay.
There in Jensen Beach. It's event party rental space. It's 2,600 square feet with a
Right.
complete kitchen,
Right.
bathrooms.
Right.
They have tables. I think that you can, whether they rent them with the room or a little extra.
Right.
But if you call 772-334-7956, they'll give you the availability and the prices. But I've been there several times. It's a wonderful
Venue. Huh?
venue.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. You can have a dance in there. You can have a bar mitzvah. You can have a wedding.
Bat mitzvah.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, bar and bat. Then we also
Yes.
have
Yes.
the Sal Risotto Lodge.
Oh.
They still have dinners once a month, and I didn't get a new. Menu.
No.
But if you call John E. Maiucci at 221-0333 and talk to Jennifer,
Yeah.
she can fill you in. And the dinners are between $20 and $25 a person. It's catered, usually by Not Cannoli
Cannoli bee.
or Cannoli B. You're right,
Yeah.
and by Rick Demetrius.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've been covering this for a long time, and hopefully
Yes.
people.
I would hope. Yeah. And it's so important, I think, to
Local.
deal with
Local.
Yeah, because we have, not only do we have talented people in the arts, but we have talented people in the cooking arts.
Right.
And you really should take advantage of that, because nowhere else can you go to get such a wide variety of things to suit your whatever taste you have.
Oh, you
Yeah.
can. Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
everyone is like on the top 10 list here.
Right. Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
Oh, yeah.
when we
Top
have a
shelf stuff,
cook-off
yeah.
here,
Mhm.
we get the top
It's
chefs
serious
from the
stuff.
area, and it's amazing.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
And I want to remind everyone about St. Monica's tonight till
Yes.
7,
Yeah.
the fish fry.
Yeah. You can, and really, there is no number to call, right? You have to just kind of stop by.
Right, because the phone number's in the church hall.
Yeah.
And they don't answer that.
All right.
They should.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of the things we should mention. 'Cause they could do takeout.
No,
Call in.
Donna
was there. She
Yes.
said to give you hugs and kisses.
Oh, she's not mad at me, because last month I gave out her phone number.
She's not mad at
Okay,
you.
good.
No.
Okay.
All
right.
But we also have the Palm Sunday Hosanna
Yeah.
to the King of Kings.
Mhm.
It's a walk between St. Monica's and St. Mary's on East Ocean. It starts at 4 p.m. on March 25th. If you need more information, it's 263-3886, or you can contact St. Mary's also. So,
Excellent.
Here we go.
Yeah.
We're on our way.
Righto.
We got lots more going on.
Okay.
Every weekend we've got the Riverwalk stage.
Right.
Tonight starts Nettles Island Spring Fling.
Where?
Alita and the boys are playing tonight out on Nettles Island, and they have all kinds of festivities going on there today, tomorrow, and Sunday.
Who would have thunk it?
I know. and try to get on the island.
Oh, yeah.
It's you're backed up.
Yeah.
You're backed up. And
Right.
trying to get through Ocean Breeze.
Right.
With them putting in their curbing and drainage. Why do they have to do this in the middle of the season?
Because
It slows traffic down.
it's whenever they get the permitting and to go ahead, and sometimes the timing just doesn't work out well.
Well, they need to rethink it.
Yes.
And then we got the roundabout by
Yes.
my house with Langford Landing. I went to the open houses last weekend.
Right.
They were amazing.
Yeah.
The houses are amazing. So now they're open. The models are open for viewing.
Right.
And they're big.
Yeah. Well,
I don't want to clean that big of a house.
no.
I'm serious. I
They're
mean,
not
you
single
need a
people.
maid.
Well, they don't have single people that buying these houses, right? They're probably
Well, I don't
families.
know. I mean, there's just 2 models up.
Yeah.
They're going to build 60 homes in there somewhere along the way. But I mean,
and this is the land that used to belong to Francis
Langford,
Langford.
59 acres. So you the smaller one is 3,500 square feet.
Wow.
And the 2-story is like 5,500 square
Good
feet.
night.
I mean, you could, and every bedroom has a bathroom.
Of course.
So who wants to clean
Yeah.
all those bathrooms?
Well, no, but I tell you what, that's to be in the bathroom business.
Oh, that would be great. But then I want Molly maids to come in every week to scrub down those walls and all the glass. And,
oh my goodness! Sure, yeah, clean the floors.
But if they're state of the art,
Yeah.
the smallest one started I think at 750, 725 to 750, and the 2-story one, as is, was without any pool.
Yeah.
Just a little landscaping, was just right around $1 million.
Oh. Yeah, that sounds about right.
So if I don't think I won the Mega Money or the Powerball this week.
Well, maybe next week.
Maybe. Well, I don't know.
Eternal.
I don't know what the jackpots did. I don't know if they stayed the same.
I think they rolled over.
Did again?
I think they did because I didn't hear about anybody winning.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what's the fun show to watch?
Yes.
Is the lottery winners and the houses they buy.
Oh,
and
really?
they're on the like the DYI channel or one of those channels up there.
Yeah.
And different people, whether it's more people win scratch-offs
Yeah.
than the big ones, but they show you people that win like the Powerball and win like $300 million
Wow.
and what they buy. And then they show the average person that wins like 5, 6, 700,000.
Good
And
God.
how they can go buy a house, pay it off, and they're set for the rest of their life.
Nice.
And they can afford to keep that up with their job.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's really interesting to watch some of this stuff and see. But if you don't buy a ticket, you can't win.
Yeah. No tiki, no washi.
That's right. That's right. So we have to take another break.
That's our last break.
Okay, then I'll come back with more St. Patrick's Day weekend updates.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Alrighty, stay tuned.
This is only a little one.
Long time ago when the earth was green, and there was more kinds of animals than you'd ever seen. They'd run around free when the earth was being born, but the loveliest of them all was the unicorn. It was green alligator.
Happy St. Patty's Day to everybody for this weekend.
And
Enjoy.
everyone in Florida has a green alligator.
Right. Are you going to have corned beef and cabbage? You're going to be doing that?
No.
No. I'm going to do it.
Well, I made it for so long,
Yeah.
and the last time Sandy,
Yeah.
the girl that works with me, we
Yeah.
both made it. We both went and bought this.
Right.
It was the worst. It was so salty. It was unedible.
Right.
And we said neither one of us really like it. So I just quit making it after that. And if I want it, I'll go buy a sandwich.
There you go.
But I used to make it all the time and give it to all the neighbors. And
Yeah.
I'll make ham and cabbage.
All right.
I like ham and cabbage.
Yeah.
But corned beef and cabbage is not.
Yeah. I know that. I understand what you're saying.
Are you putting it in a crock pot?
Yeah.
And then you put the cabbage in later.
Yes.
Because
And
it'll
it'll fall apart. Yeah,
and
yeah.
it disintegrate.
Yeah.
I did that for a lot of years,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to do this
All
year.
right. It's okay.
I cooked bean soup last weekend and gave it all to my neighbors.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. So I do about a couple times a month. I cook a big meal, and all my neighbors are really happy.
Yeah, that's the way I do it too.
Yeah.
Same thing.
How's your little neighbor next door?
Earl?
Is that his name? The one that you take different places and do things for?
Oh, Tony.
Tony
From Chicago. He finally got a driver's license renewed, and he got a car and everything. He's on his own.
Oh, cool beans.
Yeah, but I do pop in and visit with him just to make sure he's getting along all right.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Tony from Chicago, he's doing okay.
So you guys got big plans for tonight?
No. I'm going to be eating my St. Monica's dinner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's my big plans.
Okay. Well, we got the Garden and Antique Show and sale 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. today. Saturday 11 to 4 and 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Friday and Saturday, and 11 to 4 on Sunday at McKee Botanical Gardens. And if anyone has not been there, that is an amazing botanical gardens.
Yes.
And they're also constructing a children's garden way in the back for a different venue. And that's really, it's right as you go into Port Vero Beach. So you right off of US 1.
Cool.
So it's not hard to get to. It's a straight shot. Now, would you run or walk for beer?
Neither.
The Brew 2 Brew Half Marathon
I
is
might
7:15 a.m.
All right.
to noon Saturday at Walking Tree Brewery at 3209 Dodger Road in Vero.
It's got to be in Vero if it's on Dodger Road, yeah.
The Shamrock Shindig after party is 7 to 10 p.m. Saturday at Grand Harbor Beach Club at 8500 State Road, A1A in Vero.
Nice.
Yes. Celebrate Irish music. Andy Cooney, named Irish Americans' favorite son by the New York Times, is performing 7 p.m. Saturday at the Emerson Center in Vero Beach. Party in downtown Fort Pierce. When isn't there a party in downtown Fort Pierce? I mean, it's the Friday Fest.
Well,
they have different parties.
They have their own version of Stewart Main Street.
Right.
And so that's why they always have a party.
Yes, they do.
Right.
It's the second annual St. Patrick's Day block party is 1 p.m. tomorrow to midnight at Sailfish Brewing Company at 130 North 2nd Street. So that's right there. The party has live music and includes lots of fiddle playing, Irish food from the 2nd Street Bistro, games and beer releases. Brewery tours are free from 1 to 4 and are limited to 20 people at a time. So if you're interested, hit Fort Pierce. Run or walk for the Manatees. The 10th annual Manatee Center 5K walk run across South Causeway Bridge, and that's in Fort Pierce. Begins at 8 a.m. Saturday at the Manatee Observation and Education Center at 480 North Indian River Drive. Be there or be square.
Yeah.
That would be like the square grouper. Party in Port St. Lucie. St. Patrick's Day outdoor block party in Port St. Lucie is Saturday and begins with breakfast.
Wow.
At 7 a.m. at Shindig's Irish Restaurant at 464 Southwest Port St. Lucie Boulevard. That's over the turnpike.
Yes.
That's out there.
Way out there.
Yeah.
Do you have to reset your watch?
Yes.
I think
it'll
for
be
the
back
time- for the time change,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
The party lasts from 7 a.m. till midnight and includes 5 live bands playing Irish music, games, food, Irish beer on tap, and giveaways. So you could start at 7,
All right.
drink till 12, go home and sleep till 4, and come back till midnight.
Wow.
You know, and not miss a trick.
Wow. And the hits just keep on coming.
That's right.
That's great.
And we have a celebration in downtown Stuart. The St. Patty's Eve block party in Stuart is 6 p.m. tonight
Yes.
to 2 a.m. Saturday.
Okay.
The party is at 6th Street, Terra Firmata Tiki Bar, and the Crafted Keg includes 8 live bands, traditional Irish cuisine, and a craft beer tasting, ages 21 and older only. Tickets for both and the music and the beer tasting are $15 in advance, $20 at the door.
Wow.
So
Wow. We might be running longer on time than I think my. Hey, before we get too far along here, I just want to let you know that Joe Butler. You know who Joe Butler is?
no.
He's the lead singer from Love and Spoonful.
Oh, okay. Is it his birthday?
Today is his birthday.
There you go.
Magic in a young girl's heart.
Yeah.
How the music can free her whenever it starts, and it's magic.
Yeah, kind of
If the music is groovy. and
try to
makes you
squeeze that in here before we run out of time.
Okay.
All right.
We got Carson's Tavern. It's all St. Patrick's Day bash at 11 a.m. Saturday to 2 a.m. Sunday. They'll have live music beginning at noon, last all day, includes Irish bagpipers. And you know who's going to be there is Johnny Lang. I know he is. He's their Irishman on Tuesdays. He is the best.
Is he really?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
He is the best.
He talks with an Irish brogue. He can, right? If you want.
Probably, yes, he can.
Yeah, I would think he could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Schooner Lily is doing 11:30 a.m., 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. tomorrow, and leaves Shepherd's Park. So if you want to go out and do an Irish music St. Patrick's Day little cruise on the Schooner Lily, it's $40 a person.
Nice.
See Shamrocks in Stuart. Shamrock Fest is 3 to 10 p.m. tomorrow at Gazebo Park. And that's Irish food and the YMCA Kids Zone, green beer, Irish whiskey, and a costume contest. So we went, wow,
Yeah.
that was a lot. There's a lot going
Yeah.
on everywhere in March. And you know what? If you're bored,
It's your own
It's your
darn fault.
fault.
Yes.
and we've got the kite exhibit at the Elliott Museum. If you like art in the sky,
Right.
you need to go because there's like between 100 and 200 kites that they have and a big exhibit.
Wow.
Plus, they're going to have the beach, Dakar Beach. I think it's next Friday night. Or I didn't bring my flyer
Car
with me.
Beach.
Well, you know how they do the classic cars, the
Yeah.
beach classic cars. So they're having that fundraiser coming up pretty soon.
No, they started that where in St. Augustine or not St. Augustine, Daytona Beach, maybe, right?
I don't know. I've always had it at the Elliott Museum.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
there's a lot of places that have a lot of different things and can copycat
Yeah.
and may take advantage because a lot of people like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, All Saints Episcopal Church had their barbecue and classic car show on the hill last Saturday, and what some classic cars there were. It was wonderful, and the barbecue was $6.
Wow.
You couldn't beat it with a stick.
That's true. That's great.
So are we on time? Are we overtime? Or what are we doing here? 'Cause I'm looking at we have like almost 5 minutes left.
Well, actually, yeah, the clock is a little bit wrong. We're only 2 minutes before the top of the hour. We got 1 minute of weather we have to play as we go out.
Okay, so if you are in the area next week, come in, be our guest. We'd
Right.
love to see you, talk to you, and we're at 220-9788.
Absolutely. Thank you,
You have
Debbie.
it St. Patrick's Day. Have a green day for me.
All righty. I'll save you some corned beef and cabbage.
Thanks.
All righty.